Hey, boys and girls. I just wanted to hop on here real quick and talk about today's reversal pattern. We'll start with NQ. Let me blow it up big. So I missed this one this morning. I was a little bummed, but I missed it. We open up, we fall out of bed, we stop right here. Why? I don't know. 602. 602, we stop. Go right back to the first presentation fair value gap, push back down to this fair value gap right here on the 1 minute chart. That's the entire thing. In order to find a breaker in here, you'd have to go to the 15-second chart. But this wick right here is actually a push up, so you could use it. But I don't want to get cloudy, muddy waters. Just looking at this fair value gap right here, you can see how it was respected. And then we go up and we make everybody go, are we going up? Are we going down? Are we going up? Are we going down? For a good 15, 20 minutes. And then finally we push higher with a fair value gap that gets respected this entire time. But it's still a little ambiguous. We went up here, but then came right back down, leaving these highs. We had not gone to settlement. We had not gone to the pre-market high. We hadn't even got back to midnight open. So then we push up and we take that high right there. Oh, we just took the opening range high. Maybe we will reverse. Here's our breaker. After taking that high, we start coming down. We get us a fair value gap through it, but nothing underneath it. As soon as this invalidated, and I would wait, making sure we're not going to make a lower high, I would wait till it punctures that high. But as soon as candle bodies start closing above this, that's your sign to go long. And I got in, I may have gotten in earlier, but right here is an excellent place to get in. And we just aim for settlement right there. Or you can aim for pre-market high, whichever one. Or you could aim for the blue line, whichever one. All of those were in play on this deal. Regular trading out or 4 hour high is a really nice target to aim for, but very least settlement. So in this case, if you're going to try to join a continuation move, and here it's ambiguous. Are we going higher? We touched that and we went higher, but we're also rejecting off of the first presentation fair value gap, which says we could possibly go lower. And there is a red line just right below here, so we could possibly go lower. Still ambiguous. Still ambiguous. We could still push lower. And then finally, when we take this high and we go higher, now it's no longer ambiguous. We're going higher. Okay? So that breaker failed to validate, go long. And aim settlement. Once we got up here above the blue line, we did have a reversal pattern. Ugly, choppy, took a long time to materialize, but we had one. Now, I was thinking once we got above the blue line that we would return to settlement. And so I was watching for this. Here we get in one. You go short there, all we did was take that low. And I do believe I took that trade. But I think I may have missed it. And I think I was getting in because I made $800 on the way up. And then I was trying to get in here, trying to figure out, we going higher, we going lower, going higher, going lower. Didn't know. But when this pushed up and it just took that, made a lower high, revalidated the breaker, pulled away with a fair value gap, I entered right here for settlement. And it worked. It worked out. And so I got chopped up in here and lost $400. But on this push down, I made, I don't know, $600, $700 and ended the day up $1,100 on this combine. Now, once we got here, once we got to settlement, I locked my account after that because I was like, that's all I need for the day. I'm not going to press my luck because I usually give it all back if I continue to press my luck. But once we got here, we ripped away again. And you see there is no place to enter on this. Maybe right here you could have gotten in on a trade. But there's no guarantee we're not going back to settlement there. There's no guarantee we're not going to hit the breaker and fall out of bed. So, yes, we did put up this pattern. I would have liked to have seen a red candle kind of wick that, try to get back down to it and fail. But when it makes a big run like that, it can take it right back again. So I would not have taken that trade anyway. We were already above the 4-hour high. It was late in the day. The chances of this actually taking that high are pretty low. There was one clue that we might, but you'd have to go to ES to find it. ES, during all this chop, I think it was, where was it? Right here. Right here. During all of this, ES actually made a higher high and then pulled back while NQ came to settlement and then shot back up. Now, it did give a little better signal. I think this is a 15-second chart. It is. It did give a little better signal here. So here's our breaker. Now, it just kind of took off running. You might could have got in right there for a push higher to these highs. But it's late in the day. We typically don't make a newer high that late in the day, but today we did. But its reversal pattern was a little more ambiguous because it made a higher high. So here's our breaker here, fair value gap here. That's the only place you could have entered, and you would have just got a few points. So it was a little bit more difficult to see. The morning pattern was the same. No breaker in sight, but fair value gaps respected there and there. And when it got up here, it respected that first presentation fair value gap for the most part. It dipped below it here, down to New York Open twice. And then once we got there, all candle bodies stayed above the low, and eventually we just ripped higher. So to me, this was still ambiguous. You didn't know if it was going up. You didn't know if it was going down. We'd already taken all the highs. We'd already taken the pre-market high. You didn't really know. We'd taken these highs and fallen back down. It was ambiguous. When this breaker here failed to validate, that's your signal to go long. That's the only thing I can tell you to do on a day like today. When a breaker fails to validate, it's after 11 o'clock, the market hasn't reversed, it's time to go. It's time to just hop in with the trend. Okay? Hope that helps. But I've been struggling. I have one good day, one bad day. The reversal patterns that I'm used to seeing. Last week they came. They were there. Part of it's me. Part of it's the reversal patterns. I'm not being patient and waiting for them. I want to be a scalper and try that business for a while. But yeah, today there were definitely opportunities, but it was difficult in here. If you got chopped up in here, this is a difficult read. It really is. So the market really didn't tip its hand until right here. That's when it tipped its hand. All of this could have gone either direction, and it could have gone there quickly. So hope you made some money today. I think I like these videos better than my lives because when I get in the lives, I have a difficult time talking about everything, reading all of this. It's easier for me to do a post-market review, and then when I'm doing my live, I can just focus on reading price action and all in this area. If you watch the live today, I was just very uncomfortable with all of it. Now, looking at this now, I mean, I could see myself taking a long there, but all of this, I was just so uncomfortable with it. But once we got up here and continued higher, I was no longer uncomfortable with it. I was thinking we're going at least to settlement. And you do miss out on a whole lot of points here. And you're sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I missed out on all these points. Well, this could blow up your account too. It could absolutely blow up your account. Look at this move right here. That's 114 points. 114 points. So that is $228 on one micro. And I know a lot of y'all aren't trading micros. Y'all are trading minis because you want to have a big home run. That's $2,280. Just like that. And you thought it was going your way. So stay out of this trash, even though you feel like you're missing out. I mean, you could have gotten in right here and you would have been fine for the rest of the day. Most definitely. But at the time, you don't know that. You don't know why it stopped here. There's no PD array that says we need to stop here. We didn't take out a low that was just like screaming at us and say, oh, yeah, that was definitely the low. None of that happened. Didn't happen. The likelihood in this chop of it coming down here is high. So even though there's a ton of points going by, you got to leave it alone. I did not. I was trying to speculate which direction we were going and taking trades. And I lost $400 on one of my combines. I didn't trade my XFAs because I was very uncertain about all of this. But I did on the other combine, I did okay on it. So that's the day, guys. That's the day. Talk to y'all next time.